we're actually okay, chubby boy. Like you can just relax, you know?
My prep in 2015 ended up being 40 weeks, but I started around 262 and I ended up around 228. And then I peaked and ended up at 232. So my lowest weight was 228, but it took me about 40 weeks to do that because I had like about 40 pounds to lose.
And this kind of thinking isn't really, I just want to point out, this kind of thinking isn't really dangerous necessarily for someone in bodybuilding because they already have a lot of other habits. It can still be very dangerous. The person can still, we see a lot of people do it. They still gain a lot of weight. I think what sometimes happens is some of the information from bodybuilding ends up just leaking out into like the regular outside world. Yeah. And then people are like, wow, that guy did this in 12 weeks. I'm gonna work on doing the same thing. And it's like you lost 47 pounds in 12 weeks, but then it all, climbed back on you like twice as fast because you didn't really understand like that guy had a lifting routine that he's been doing for 14 years previously. He just happens to love all this stuff. So I think that's where things can be a little dangerous. And if you are going to be a person who takes on a challenge, which I think is great, is healthy, again, I think you need to start to think about how am I going to exit out of that? What's that going to look like? We got someone right now in the Discord, you were saying, that's doing the snake diet, right?
Yeah, Bruce.
From Cole Robinson.
And I also want to mention, like, not only does this person have, like, the bodybuilders, right, who are experienced and they say, I'm going to lose this much in 12 weeks, they also have calculated all of it. Okay, so they know on average, this is how much I'm eating, this is how much I'm going to lose per week. It is like, because they're so consistent with everything and everything's calculated, they know what they're going to be at 12 weeks from now. Whereas, most people don't have things calculated that well. They don't even know where their maintenance caloric intake is. It's tough. But Bruce, right, Bruce in the Discord, he's been fucking killing it. You guys should join Discord because there's awesome people there, great support system. Everyone's fucking just on it. I love those people. But Bruce has been, I think he started at 4 something and he started doing OMAD a bit. And then he started doing the snake diet. So I think he's having certain days where he fasts and then certain days where he feeds and he has refeed days. And he's been dropping consistently. But, he started in the 400-pound range. Cool thing is we had Eugene Tao here and Eugene was mentioning one of those things where he did this 1,000-calorie diet. I saw a lot of people in the comment section going kind of wild about it. But, if you have enough body fat on your frame, you can get away with really low calories because you have the body fat to keep you going.
What a cool option too, instead of fasting. Like imagine just saying there's some people will employ eating every other day. Some people will do all kinds of different versions of fasting. Imagine if you were like, twice a week, I'm just going to have 1,000 calories. That sounds awesome. That sounds very reasonable to me.
Especially if because, I know what that feels like because there's certain days where we'll still do OMAD and a 1,000-calorie meal is a lot. Typically when I do OMAD, and I'm pretty sure you too, we'll eat more than 1,000 calories in that meal. I will always eat more than 1,000 calories in that meal. But, a lot of people, what happens is when we talk about diets like OMAD or when Cole was here and he talked about the snake diet or with even what Bruce is doing, when he first started talking about doing OMAD, there were a few people who were like, you should be super careful. And this was all coming from a place of good. No one was trying to bash him for this. They're just trying to give advice. So a lot of people were saying, you got to be careful. That's not sustainable over a long period of time. It'd be much better to just slowly reduce your calories and have a more sustainable approach over time. But if we know anything about diets, we've done a lot of different diets. There's no diet that we've done perpetually. You've done carnivore, but there's times you have some fruits and carbs. You're not perpetually doing one thing. You've been in a deficit, but you didn't stay perpetually in a deficit, right? So sustainability is a weird thing because it's sustainable for number one, who's the person, and number two, for how long are they going to be doing it? That's a really important thing to think about. And since he has extra body fat on him, doing OMAD, he has a lot of energy to work off of. So he's doing great. He's losing quite a bit of weight. He's dropping. He's making great progress. His body's looking better. It's sustainable for now. Pat Project family, I hope you guys are enjoying this bite. Did you know that cocaine increases your dopamine levels by 2.5 times above baseline?
Okay.
Why is this important?
Why is this important, Nsima?
Because, a really cool thing that we learned from Andrew Huberman is that getting yourself into cold water or cold water exposure, like the cold plunge, does the same thing. 2.5 times above baseline. And you have those sustained dopamine levels for up to 4 or 5 hours after cold exposure. This is why we love cold plunging so much. I cannot say this enough. It has been one of the best additions to our daily routines. If you can't already, just take cold showers. But if you want to take to the next level, get the cold plunge. And Andrew, how can they do it?
You guys got to head over to thecoldplunge.com and at checkout, enter promo code Power Project to save $150 off. I keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it till I'm blue in the face and not blue from the cold, blue from holding my breath. This has been the absolute best thing I've ever done for my mental health. Like I said, I can't say it enough. So again, thecoldplunge.com, promo code Power Project, links to them down in the description, as well as the podcast show notes. Let's get back to this podcast.
The sustainable for now is a good point. What were you going to say?
I was just going to ask, did he mention what his one meal a day looks like?
He's talked about it. He does a lot of high fat and protein. I think he doesn't do too much carb right now, and he's feeling great, right?
Okay.
So it's like, a lot of people would even see that and be like, oh, that's too restrictive of a diet, blah, blah, blah. But again, you got to think of the individual. If they're feeling good, if they're feeling satiated, if they're getting on all the nutrients they need to get in, they're performing okay, it's not a restrictive diet for them.
Yeah, because let's see, Ted Naiman put this little chart out,
Ooh.
and I really, really like it. So basically what he's explaining is the short-term and long-term satiety effect of protein, fiber, fat, and carbs. And, so protein will make you feel full now and later. Fiber will make you feel full right now, but not later. So if you can imagine eating like a bowl of broccoli, you're like, oh, I feel bloated.
That makes a lot of sense.
But
We all
then
know what that feels
5 minutes down the road, you're like, fuck, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
But then something that I'm experiencing right now is fat. Like, yeah, in the moment, I do feel like I need to start getting more like fuck, dude, I need something. But then what happens? Like, I'm full longer. I just thought this was amazing. And then, what's so funny over there?
I love what you just said, because I remember you 2 years ago. Like, I'll do 40 grams of fat.
Yeah. Oh, I know, right? Yeah.
Good shit.
Yeah, we've been yelling at you.
On a good day, I'd roll in 40 grams of fat, but like 400 grams of like carbs and like 300 grams of protein. But no, I mean, for the one meal, I'm sure he's getting a lot of fat in and a shit ton of protein. And so that's how he's able to keep it sustainable, because he's not hungry the rest of the day because he got in everything that he needed.
And Bruce, I know you're listening, so chime in on the comments and correct me if there's anything I'm butchering about what you're currently doing, because I'm checking in there every few days, but I think I have it somewhere right. And he's killing it. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can kind of go through these diets sort of blindly and just be like, yeah, man, I'm still always hungry. Well, yeah, you probably, like, I don't know, like, I could fucking eat right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of always hungry.
Yeah.
And when I was 330 and I was fat and I just ate, I was still hungry. And even now, when I just eat, I'm still hungry. Even when I'm fasting, I'm hungry. When I'm sleeping, I'm hungry. Like, I will still wake up in the middle of the night and fucking eat something. I'll still have a protein shake. Like, I'm hungry all the fucking time. So the hunger thing is something that you need to learn. You need to learn how to deal with it in some way. I think fasting can be really helpful. But I'm telling you that there's something big time to some of these suggestions that we've been giving you for a while. And it's not just us. There's other people that are in the carnivore space. There's people talking about, eating meat and eggs. And I think that there's really something here. That's why I'm so passionate about it. I think it could really help a lot of people, because people they are hungry. And sometimes people are like, well, maybe it's just because I'm bored. Well, what if you can kind of eat almost every single time you're hungry? I think that you can. I think that your best option would be to employ a whole food diet, to eat meat and fruit and vegetables. I would leave dairy out if you're a heavier person for a little while, because the calories can get real dense, other than a protein shake. And I would do that for 2 weeks and fucking have at it. Have fun. Eat a bunch of eggs, eat some bacon. Just whenever just cook up food, right? The second week that you do it, just say like, can I pull back on the amount of food that I'm cooking? Like, if you don't feel like you can, then fucking go another week. Give it another try. But once you start to fill up your cups, when you fill up your cup for protein, and you fill up your cup for fat, and you fill up your cup for the micronutrients that your body needs, your brain eventually, it doesn't happen on day one, but your brain's like, hey, we're fucking good, man. Like that hunger thing that has been an evil motherfucker that we've been dealing with our entire lives. You can kind of chill out a little bit. Like we're actually okay, chubby boy. Like you can just relax, you're okay. I still know that you still want to eat because you're a fat fuck, but hold on a second. You're actually doing okay. Don't go to the fridge.
Guys, we're working hard over here trying to learn, trying to bring our information to you, and we need your help. A lot of you guys watching these bites aren't subscribed, so just click that red subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you can see when we continue to come out with this heat. Talk to y'all later.